Yo, Kool-Aid was some serious shit back in the day, y'all. If you can make a serious picture of that shit, your respect on the block was at like drug kingpin levels. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad Woolly, and you are here again for another edition of Woolly Reviews Hip Hop Data. Today we got an album review, and we'll be talking about the brand new album from a legendary West Coast OG in the hip hop game. OG in general. This motherfucker's back. He dropped some new shit. This is album number 14. Like this shit, this motherfucker is in puberty levels with his fucking album. It's fucking crazy. This nigga's a fucking high schooler in album shit. This is album 14, nigga. Shit, goddamn. Talking about the new album from Snoop Dogg entitled Koolaid. Now, like I said, like Kool-Aid, some serious shit. Anybody? I ain't made Kool-Aid in a while, y'all. I'm not doing give me some after this shit and see if I still got my game. I was a bad motherfucker in the Kool-Aid picture. You couldn't fuck with me. On my street was like legit delicious. So Kool-Aid, like I said, is Snoop's 14th album. It is the follow-up to the 2015 album Bush, which was heavily influenced with the fucking funk shit. It really wasn't that dedicated on the raps. And before that, he did Reincarnated, which was his reggae album. So this is his first album in a good while where we are dedicated to the old school Snoop, the rap Snoop, and we gonna see if this motherfucker still got it after all these years. I mean, he got 20 plus in the game. He is a vet. I mean, he knows what he's doing in that motherfucking booth. So we just gonna see what Snoop done delivered with the Kool-Aid. Let's talk about the shit. Now, when I tuned into this album and honed in on the production, I quickly realized that Snoop has went back to his roots when it comes to the beats on here. It is that old school West Coast vibe with the G-funk and the hard-hitting drums, and it's just, you know, it's the type of shit you would expect Snoop to rap over, but also he kind of throws a little curveball here and there on the production. He's got some real smooth joints. He's got some joints that don't sound like some shit he would like really rap over, but he's pretty much, for the most part, went back to his core sound, and in this motherfucking entire album, he's got a list of producers here that really cater to that sound and do a pretty decent job. Hold on, let me show you who the fuck's up on there. There's a lot of motherfuckers. I thought I was ready. You know me, shut the fuck up. All right, that nigga named Bongo, he up in here. Los, Knots, all right. Just Blaze, okay, cool. Cardo, shit, SWIZZ Beats is up in here. Shit, Daz, Superfly, J Dilla, R.I.P. Shit, who? Niggarachi, okay, nigga, that's your name. Okay, what Rockwilder, okay, what else? Shit, who else up in? A lot of motherfuckers. Okay, KJ Conti, what nigga? That's you. Jazzy Faye, that nigga still doing shit. Okay, Timbaland, Timbo. Okay, what else? Who else? Fingers, okay, all right, and that's it. And a lot of these producers here really give Snoop that dedicated sound that he's used to rapping over. They just, you know, take their own styles and incorporate it. So you get the G-Funk West Coast sounds, but you also get some of the producers really playing around with different things and kind of giving Snoop a little something different to work with. But for the most part, the production on here is solid. Not all the beats on here are amazing, but there are some beats on here that are really, really dope. I think Just Blaze has some cool beats on here. SWIZZ Beats probably did the best on here to me personally. I like his stuff the most. Bongo came in with some shit. That nigga named Bongo. Nas, everybody came in, they brought some quality fucking beats, just not all of them really stuck with me. And on top of that, it's nothing that really surprised me as far as what Snoop would go over. I mean, it's nothing really like innovative or anything that was really different. I mean, he pretty much went back to his earlier years of rapping, so it's cool to see that for a nostalgia purpose, but for the fact that it really isn't nothing refreshing or new on the production, which, as far as what you hear Snoop on, it's just like, it's cool, which also ends up being some pretty average songs because, you know, there's times when Snoop goes out of the box with some of his beats and production that you really get some of the best Snoop songs in the later years that he went in. But now here, you get some good joints, but for the most part on the production, some of them are meh, but I mean, I mean, he got a serious list of producers on here. I gotta give it to him. Snoop came in with some heavy hitters. They all just didn't knock it out the park. Now let's talk about Snoop and see what he done did on these beats and if he done brought them up or brought them down. Let's talk about the shit. Now, when it comes to Snoop and his rhymes, he's been rhyming for like 20 fucking years. I mean, and he pretty much has said it all. Like, I mean, we all know Snoop got bars, but at this point in his career, he really doesn't fucking care about like really going crazy on the bars as far as whatnot, but he gives you what he's known to give you, and we accept that shit. And that's pretty much what this is on this entire album. He talks about the shit that you expect Snoop to talk about. Everything, I mean, I'm not gonna get into it. You know, if you listen to Snoop Dogg, if you listen to an album, he's done 14 of these goddamn things. You know what the fuck he talks about. He's talking about that same shit on here, and he just does it on some newer beats. But the thing is, because he hasn't done a rap album in so long, or a dedicated rap album, it's sort of nice to hear that again. But once you get into this album like deeper, it really just feels like a familiar Snoop album, and it's nothing really innovative or new. There are some cool joints on here. Snoop really comes in, and he does try some things here and there, but it really doesn't play off as well as just him going to his old roots and doing the things that he's used to doing, which is also the good thing and the bad thing about this album. Like, it's good to hear that, but at the same time, it's like, it's what you expect, so it's like you're not really wild about it. Like, oh, that's dope. It's like, yeah, that's some dope shit, Snoop. I mean, that's what you do. Cool. But it's not gonna be like, oh, this shit's fucking crazy. Like, Snoop's doing this crazy, amazing shit. It's what we know him for. And that's the thing about it. So all these tracks here, I mean, it's 20 tracks on the album. It's a hefty motherfucker. And I'd say a good 7 or 8 of them at least are like filler tracks that are just like not necessary. If he would have shaved this down to probably like a 13, 14 song album at the best, we would have probably got a better product overall, because it's just some tracks here that are just like, I mean, it's redundant at times, or it's just nothing that's too special. But then at the same time, there are tracks here that really stand out and shine and just show us why we fucking love Snoop and how he just got his legendary status. Now, you know I gotta give him a top 5 tracks, and this was not that hard to figure out because there were really some standout tracks here. There were ones that I just had to gloss over, and some that were just cool but really didn't really sing to me. But these are the 5 tracks that I really fucking liked. Hold on, I thought I was, you know I'm never ready. Don't get mad at me. Here we go. Super Crip, Kool-Aid Man. Shit, hold on, where is it at? I gotta scroll down. It's a long ass track list, y'all. That's what it is. It ain't me. Shit. Side Piece, Kush Ups, and Let the Beat Drop, Celebrate. All right, so let's go back to the top. Okay, Super Crip. This is probably my favorite song on the entire album. I like this song because, first of all, the beat is just fucking crazy to me. Just Blaze did this beat, and it's just got some real dope bass line on here. Dope drums. It's got this like West Coast funky style to it, and then it's just got this real high energy. It really picks up the album. Like when the album starts off, it's got this energy to it, but Super Crip has this like super fucking energy to it that really just livens up the track. And this is the first song on the album when I was playing it that really stuck with me. I really liked. Also, I like Snoop on here. I like his rapping on here. I like the theme too. He actually plays. I don't know if he's a superhero or a villain. He's called Super Crip. But like, because he says he's on the phone with Iron Man, who is clearly a hero, but at the same time, I think he killed somebody and got away with this shit. I don't understand your motives, Super Crip, but I mean, do what you gotta do. Like, it's cool, whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna judge you. You a hero, a villain, you both. Whatever you want to do, you can do that shit. But it's a fucking dope track. I like the second verse on here the most because he really gets into that like, superhero, Super Crip theme more. The first one is he's just really much just talking shit, but it's just a real dope track, very creative, and it's just one of the standouts of the album, and I really think it's something you should check out. Next track is Kool-Aid Man, and Cardo produced this one, and it's a real laid back, real cool vibe song. It's got a nice head nodding vibe too, but it's real dark and grim, and it's just Snoop Dogg talking about he's a Kool-Aid Man because he's got all the flavor. I like that line. You know, actually, you know what? It's funny, it reminds me, R.I.P. to Bernie Mac, but in House Party, he was like, all in my Kool-Aid and don't know the flavor. Like, you know, if you watch House Party, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. I think it was House Party 2 or 3. One of them, I think it was 3. 2 or 3. I don't fucking know. He said that shit in one of the movies. Anyway, I'm getting off the point. But this is a dope track on here. I just like Snoop's vibe on. He's got that real, just smooth, just like just that smooth flow that he does, and he's a real laid back, but he's just telling everybody like how much flavor he has and how much, you know, pretty much how dope he is as far as in this game. And on top of it, he's talking about other rappers and other MCs who sound like other people, who be biting off motherfuckers and who just don't got no flavor. They just ain't got shit. They ain't the Kool-Aid Man. I think it's a dope track. I pretty much consider it the title track of the entire album. And it's just something that really just like oozes Snoop's just like real essence, and he just has that style and just that personality that we love him for. And this is one of the tracks on here that really just showcases that the most. So it's definitely something you should check out. It's right after Super Crip, so it's a nice little lead into it. And I dig the track. I like it. It's fucking dope. The next track is Side Piece, and this one is produced by SWIZZ Beats, and I like this track because it's the real smooth groove of the entire album. I like the beat on here. It's real low key. It's got that nice little ballad. It got some nice little piano in here. And then I just like the hook on here too. It's a nice singing hook on here. It's real cool. And Snoop's just talking about a side piece and how much he appreciates her side piece and everything she does or he does for her, something like that. I don't have a side piece. I can't partake in those things right now. I mean, it's just too, I can't do it. I can't. But I'm just saying, from Snoop's perspective, he seems to be having a good time with that shit. So more power to you, bruh. But it's a dope track. I like it. I think it's a real change of pace for the rest of the tracks on here. It sounds different. It really doesn't have that same vibe as the other tracks, so it does stand out just off that. But it's just a really solid and good track, and I like the fucking vibe of it and the feel of it. It's just a dope song that I think you should check out. And it's a smooth groove of the joint. Every album needs a smooth groove once in a while, and this is that one, and it's definitely a nice one. Check it out. The next track is Kush Ups, and this is actually the lead single for the album, and it's produced by KJ Conte. I think I fucked up your name. I don't fucking know, but I tried, goddammit. And it features Wiz Khalifa, and most of the time, Wiz Khalifa Snoop Dogg songs I really don't like that much. It's like, I mean, there's another one on here that I really don't like, but this one right here, I actually fucking like the shit. The beat on here is dope. I like the hook on here, and I kind of like Wiz on here too. Wiz on here is doing his thing. Snoop on here, they got that chemistry, and you know what it's about. It's called Kush Ups. It's about smoking weed. Like, I don't smoke weed though, but by listening to the song, I at least think I should know where to go find some weed from listening to this shit, because it's that fucking hype. It is that shit. But it's a cool track, one of the standout tracks between Wiz and Snoop that they've done before, because they've done a lot of songs together, and I really haven't cared for many of them, but this one here, not that fucking bad, y'all. It's pretty fucking good. So make more of these shits, and I might like your shit some more. But it's definitely stand out. Good single to pick. I mean, I see why they picked it. And yo, it's a banger. And the last track in my top 5 is Let the Beat Drop Celebrate. And this is also produced by SWIZZ Beatz, and SWIZZ Beatz is on the shit. And this one here was like, I was on the fence about if I was gonna put this in the top 5, because I really, really like the beat. I really like the beat. I like SWIZZ Beatz' hook on here. But Snoop on here, his flow seems a bit lazy at times, and he seems to fall out of pocket at times, and he's just real, like, it just doesn't seem to like click as good. I mean, it's still decent, it's still dope. The song is actually saved by, like I said, by the beat and SWIZZ's hook, and then just the vibe of the song. But I think it could have just been a little bit better if Snoop would have just tightened it up on his verses. But other than that, he's just talking about how, you know, he's celebrating the legendary status he's at, and, you know, pretty much just like who he is at this point in his career, and he's just pretty much celebrating that shit, and it's a dope track. But I just think if he just tightened up them verses a little bit better, it would have been a way better track. But it squeezed into the top 5. But it's something you should check out. I think you'll at least enjoy it for the beat and for the hook. So that's my top 5, but overall I have to say that Kool-Aid really doesn't have that much greatness to it, that much things about it that really make me just think this is an amazing album. I think it's a solid album. It's got some real decent dope cuts on here, but there's also a few tracks on here that I just really didn't care for. I name a few off, like the closing track, Revolution. I didn't care for the double tap song. Light It Up, Feel About Snoop. My Cars, even though it's the J Dilla produced beat, I kind of didn't like that song because Dilla already had that on the Diary album, and then like Snoop just pretty much just redid it with his own version, and I wasn't feeling that one. And there's a few other ones on here, but there are like some songs that did stand out, and I do think that the production on here is really, really solid. And it's good to hear Snoop coming back with a straight up rap album. He did his little experimental things with the funk and the reggae, and now he's back to form, and it's good to hear some solid cuts. I think if he just trimmed down this album, it's a little too long. It's 20 songs, like 77 minutes. That's a lot of fucking time to be listening to this shit, and especially if all the songs here aren't great. So my final verdict, I'm not saying that Snoop Dogg Kool-Aid is an overall solid, well-produced album that has some really good cuts, but also some ones that could have just, didn't need to be up in there. All I'm saying is that beats on here are pretty damn good. He's got a crazy list of producers, top level producers here, and most of them bring some fire. Some of them bring some meh, but it really boils down to the actual songs on here, and some of the songs are just not, that great. Some of them are just what you would expect, so it's not to make them special, but there are some songs that really do stand out and really are just bangers or just real dope songs that really just show why Snoop is the legend that he is. So it's kind of a mixed bag on the most part. It's a solid album, like I said, nothing too great, but nothing horrible at all. So all I gotta say is that for me, Snoop Dogg Kool-Aid is not Granddad approved, but I will give it a Granddad recommended. So go check it out. It's out right now. You can stream it on Apple Music, or you can download the shit or buy it. It's everywhere, where albums are fucking available. And give it a shot, especially if you're a Snoop fan. You'll like this album. There's going to be some stuff here you like, especially good to hear him back in the rap form. And if you haven't listened to much Snoop, at least check it out. You'll find something here. At least the song with Wiz Khalifa is a dope song, Kush Ups, and even Super Crip is a banger too. So, there's some things in there. There's some gems in that motherfucker that you can find. But I got nothing more to say. Snoop Dogg Kool-Aid is Granddad recommended. So check it out right now if you want to. And go get a cup of Kool-Aid afterwards. Grape is a good flavor. Lemonade. All kinds of red. We just call it red in the streets. We ain't fuck cherry, red, nigga. I'm getting off the subject. Flip it. Alright guys, gonna do it for today's video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and drop a comment. Tell me what you think of Snoop Dogg Kool-Aid if you've heard it. If you haven't heard it, like I said, solid album. Couple gems up in there. Filler tracks as well, so it ain't all great, but hey, I mean, it's like Kool-Aid. It's got some flavor to it. It does have some flavor to it, so definitely check it out, especially if you're a fan of the D.O.G. Previous videos on the side as well as my latest single. Check those out, show them some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram. Links in the description below. And subscribe. Button on the screen, button below, Woolly Reviews, twice a week, gaming channel. Check that out, and I ain't got nothing more to say. So until next time I take my leave, Granddaughter, Snoop Dogg Kool-Aid. It's a pretty decent album. But, I mean, if we rating this on the scale of Kool-Aid, I mean, it ain't the greatest Kool-Aid in the world. I mean, I've tasted better Kool-Aid, Snoop. I mean, you need to work on it a little bit. I'm out of here.